You just switched from Windows to Mac, and suddenly everything feels backwards. But don't worry, you're exactly where you need to be. In this step-by-step macOS Tahoe guide for complete beginners, I'll walk you step-by-step through everything you need to know as a complete beginner using Apple's newest system, macOS Tahoe. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand your Mac, you'll feel confident using it. From installation to personalization to automate smartly to boost your productivity. This is everything I wish I had as a new Mac user. And if you're brand new here, welcome to Soft Switch, where we make Apple aesthetic, simple, and stress-free. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next calm, beginner-friendly tutorial. Hi! All right, let's get your Mac set up safely, because one of the biggest mistakes new users make is rushing straight into updates and skipping the steps that protect their files. And if you're already running macOS Tahoe, you can skip ahead to the next chapter of this video where we start customizing and exploring your new system. For everyone else, stick with me because these few minutes will save you hours of frustration later. Before you click anything, we're going to make sure your setup is secure and your data backed up. Think of it like moving into a new home. You don't start unpacking until you've made sure everything important arrived safely. Click the Apple logo in the top left corner, choose About This Mac, and check your model and year. If it's a Mac made within the last 5 years, it's ready for macOS Tahoe. If you're not sure, Apple's website lists every supported model. You can double check there. Now let's back everything up. This is your safety net, and it's the one step most beginners skip. There are 2 ways to do it, and both are worth setting up. First is Time Machine, Apple's built-in backup system. Plug in an external hard drive. Go to System Settings, then General, and select Time Machine, and click Setup. Once that's done, your Mac will automatically back up your entire system, your files, apps, and even your preferences, so you're protected no matter what happens. Second, turn on iCloud Drive. Go to System Settings, then Apple ID, then iCloud, and enable iCloud Drive. This keeps your desktop and documents synced online, so you can open your files from any Apple device. It's seamless, automatic, and once it's on, you never have to think about it again. When your backup is complete, it's time to install macOS Tahoe. Go to System Settings, then General, select Software Update. Select Check for Updates. Here you can see if macOS Tahoe is already available for you to download. Then click Upgrade Now and let it run. The process will take around 30 to 45 minutes, depending on your connection. Your Mac will restart several times. That's completely normal. Once it's done, you'll be greeted by the new macOS Tahoe welcome screen with soft colors, smooth gradients, and Apple's signature hello. Follow the prompts to connect to Wi-Fi, sign in with your Apple ID, and set up iCloud Sync. If you don't have an Apple ID yet, create one now. It's what links all your Apple devices into one ecosystem, from notes and photos to Safari tabs and passwords. During setup, you'll also have the option to enable Touch ID if your Mac has a fingerprint sensor. I highly recommend turning it on. It lets you unlock your Mac instantly, download apps, autofill passwords, and even use Apple Pay with just a tap of your finger. It's fast, secure, and one of those features that makes using your Mac feel effortless. Before you finish, make sure Find My Mac is turned on. Go to System Settings, then Apple ID, then iCloud, select Find My Mac, and toggle it on. It's one of those features you hope you never need, but it's invaluable if you ever misplace your laptop. Finally, you can enable automatic updates. Go back to System Settings, then General, select Software Update, click the I next to Automatic Updates, and switch everything on. That keeps your Mac secure and ensures you always have the latest macOS features running perfectly. And here's the best part, you don't need any additional antivirus software. macOS already has powerful built-in protection that automatically detects and blocks malware in the background. As long as you keep your system updated, your Mac stays clean, fast, and safe without the need for third-party antivirus apps. Congratulations, you've just completed your first big step. You've backed up, updated, and protected your system. Your Mac is now stable, secure, and ready for everything we're about to do next. Here's something most new users never realize. Using a Mac isn't just about learning buttons and shortcuts. It's about changing how you think about your computer entirely. macOS is built around flow, simplicity, and focus. So in the next section, we're going to unlock the macOS mindset, the difference between managing a computer and feeling at home inside one. Before we move on, if this helped you set up your Mac confidently, tap the like button. It helps more new switchers find this guide. And if you want to take your learning deeper, check out my digital guide, Learn Your Mac in 7 Days. It puts everything into a daily step-by-step plan to take you from beginner to confident Mac user in 1 week. The link is below. All right, let's keep going. You've set up your Mac, now let's make it make sense. Now that your Mac is ready and running the latest macOS Tahoe, it's time to change the way you think about it. Because what confuses most new users isn't the tools or the layout, it's the mindset. You've come from a Windows world where the system is built around control and management. You click, drag, close, and reopen, constantly juggling windows and folders. But macOS was designed for something completely different. It's built around flow, simplicity, and calm efficiency. Once you understand that shift, everything about your Mac will start to make sense. Let's take a look at the structure of your Mac so you can move with confidence instead of second-guessing every click. At the very top of your screen, you'll see the menu bar. It's always there, no matter what app you're using. Think of it as your quiet assistant. It changes automatically depending on the app you've opened. So if you're in Finder, you'll see options like File, Edit, and View. But if you switch to Safari, those instantly become Navigation and browsing tools. The menu bar keeps everything organized, so you're never digging through endless menus or toolbars. On the right side of the menu bar, you'll notice small icons for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, battery, and your clock. These are shortcuts to the things you use constantly, but don't want cluttering your screen. You can even customize this area. Hold down the Command key, click on an icon, and drag it anywhere you like, or drag it out completely if you never use it. Your Mac adjusts to you, not the other way around. Next, let's look at the dock, the sleek row of icons, usually sitting at the bottom of your screen. This is your personal command center. The dock is where your favorite apps live, ready for one-click access. By default, Apple fills it with apps like Finder, Safari, Mail, Messages, Calendar, and System Settings. But you don't have to keep any of them there if they don't serve you. To remove an app, just click and drag it out of the dock until you see Remove. To add one, open the app, right-click its icon in the dock, and select Keep in Dock. You can also move the dock to the left or right side of your screen, or even hide it entirely for a cleaner look. Go to System Settings, open Desktop and Dock, and choose the position you prefer. If you turn on Automatically Hide and show the dock, it disappears when you're not using it, leaving your workspace open and calm. When you hover your mouse near the edge, it slides back like a drawer. Now let's meet Finder, the blue smiley face icon that lives permanently in your dock. Finder is the heart of your Mac. It's how you browse, organize, and find everything on your computer. If you're coming from Windows, it might feel a little overwhelming at first, even cluttered. The sidebar, icons, and folders can seem like too much to take in. But here's the good news. Finder is completely customizable. You can make it as simple, clean, or detailed as you want, so it fits perfectly with the way you like to work. When you open Finder, look to the sidebar on the left. You'll see shortcuts to your key folders: Desktop, Documents, Downloads, and iCloud Drive. These are your essentials, your everyday bag. You can drag your favorite folders here for instant access or remove the ones you don't need to reduce visual clutter. Within a few minutes, Finder will go from feeling confusing to feeling intuitive, and your files will finally make sense. More on that later on in this video. And let's not forget the top 3 buttons on every Mac window, the red, yellow, and green dots. They might look familiar, but they don't work exactly like Windows. Red closes the window, but doesn't quit the app. Yellow minimizes it to your dock. Green expands it to full screen or splits it side by side with another app. If you really want to quit an app completely, press Command and Q. You'll notice a small dot under the app's icon in your dock disappear. That means it's fully closed. At first, this difference can feel strange, but it's intentional. macOS is designed to keep your workspace flexible and fast. Instead of forcing you to manage every open window, it quietly handles the background for you so you can focus on what matters. The last essential tool to master is Spotlight Search. Press Command and Space, and a small search bar will appear in the middle of your screen. Type anything, an app, a file name, a contact, or even a question, and Spotlight will find it instantly. You can do quick calculations, conversions, or even web searches without opening a browser. Type $50 in euros or weather Paris, and you'll get the answer immediately. It's not just a search tool, it's your Mac's brain. Once you start using Spotlight, you'll realize how much time you've spent looking for things manually. Instead of clicking through folders, you'll be navigating your Mac at lightning speed. Now pause for a moment and take this in. You've just learned the entire layout of your Mac. The menu bar, the dock, Finder, and Spotlight. That's the framework of macOS. Once you understand it, the entire system feels natural. Your hands stop hesitating. Your eyes know where to look. And suddenly, your Mac feels less like a machine and more like a calm, creative workspace. If this section helped you finally feel at home on your Mac, tap the like button and subscribe. It tells YouTube this tutorial helped, and it lets me keep making calm, beginner-friendly videos like this one. Now that you've learned how to think like a Mac user, it's time to master the space where all your files, photos, and documents live. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into Finder to turn it into your digital command center. Now let's make Finder easier to navigate. In the top menu, click View, then select Show Path Bar and Show Status Bar. These 2 tiny changes are game changers. The path bar at the bottom shows exactly where you are, like a GPS for your files. And the status bar tells you how many items are in the folder and how much space you have left. You'd be amazed at how much clarity those 2 lines add to your workflow. In the main window, you can switch between 4 different views using the buttons at the top: Icon, List, Column, and Gallery. Icon view is great for visuals like images. List view gives you details like file size and date. Column view shows where a file lives inside your folder structure. Gallery view is perfect for flipping through photos or documents. Here's a small but powerful Finder tip. Press Command and the up arrow to go back 1 level in any folder. Press Command and N to open a new Finder window, or Command and T to add a tab, just like in your browser. Tabs are a hidden productivity gem. You can open multiple folders at once and drag files between them without your screen feeling crowded. Next, let's customize the toolbar. Right-click anywhere in the blank area at the top and choose Customize Toolbar. Here you can add shortcuts for new folder, delete, sort, and even the path button, so you're never digging through menus. Add the tools that make sense for you and remove the ones that don't. Remember, simplicity is key. Another Finder power move is tabs. Just like a web browser, Finder lets you open multiple folders in one window. Press Command plus T to open a new tab. Maybe one for your downloads, another for your projects, and another for your photos. You can drag files between tabs with ease. No messy overlapping windows, no endless dragging. This small shift keeps your workspace clean and your focus sharp. Now let's talk about Quick Look. Select any file, photo, PDF, or document and press the space bar. Instantly, you'll see a full preview without opening the app. You can scroll through pages, check details, or even play videos right inside Finder. Press spacebar again to close it. Quick Look is one of those features that makes you realize how elegantly macOS is designed to save you time. And here's one more secret that longtime Mac users swear by: batch renaming. If you have a bunch of files with messy names, select them all, right-click, and choose Rename. You can add text, replace text, or even format them with a sequence number. If you want an in-depth tutorial about Finder, once you finish this video, make sure you check out my video, 10 must-know Finder tricks for beginners. It's packed with simple, game-changing tips that will help you organize files faster than ever and boost your productivity. Let's wrap this part up with one mindset shift. Finder isn't just about storing files. It's about creating flow. When you organize your folders intentionally, your Mac stops feeling like a tool you have to manage. It becomes a system that works with you. Now that you've learned how to manage and organize everything inside Finder, it's time to make your Mac faster and smarter. In the next section, we'll unlock Spotlight Search and Control Center in macOS Tahoe, two tools that will save you hours and make you feel like a true Mac Pro. Spotlight Search is the moment you stop looking for things and start finding them instantly. It's one of the most powerful and overlooked tools on your Mac. And once you get used to it, you'll wonder how you ever worked without it. Most people think Spotlight is just for searching apps, but it's so much more than that. Press Command and Spacebar together, and you'll see a small search bar appear right in the middle of your screen. From here, you can open apps, search files, run quick calculations, convert currencies, or even look up definitions, all without opening a browser. Spotlight also searches inside your files. So if you type a keyword like invoice or meeting notes, it scans through your documents, PDFs, and emails to find matches. You can even filter results by kind or date using the small icons at the top. It's like having a personal assistant that always knows where everything is. Now let's unlock something in macOS Tahoe, Control Center. If Spotlight is your brain, Control Center is your heartbeat. You'll find it at the top right corner of your menu bar. It looks like two small toggle switches. Click it, and you'll see all your essential settings in one clean panel: Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, AirDrop, focus mode, display brightness, sound, and battery status. Here's where it gets fun. You can completely customize it. Click Control Center Settings at the bottom of the panel. You can add or remove controls like screen recording, music, or low power mode. If you use something all the time like Do Not Disturb or Bluetooth, drag it directly into your menu bar so it's always visible. And let's not skip over focus modes. macOS Tahoe makes them more powerful than ever. You can create custom focus profiles, one for work, one for creative time, and one for relaxing. Each can control which apps or people are allowed to interrupt you. For example, you can make work mode mute everything except messages from your team or calendar alerts, or make relax mode play your favorite music while silencing notifications. Apple's design philosophy here is intentional. They want your Mac to adapt to your lifestyle, not the other way around. And this new control center is the easiest way to do that. Here's a quick example of how I use it. When I start filming or editing, I open Control Center, turn on focus, connect my AirPods, and and lower the screen brightness slightly for better color accuracy, all within 5 seconds. Now here's a little hidden gem. You can also control other devices from here. If you have an iPhone or iPad nearby, Control Center lets you share your screen, toggle AirDrop visibility, or even use your iPhone as a camera with continuity. Everything feels connected, almost like your Mac knows what you need before you do. If you've been following along, go ahead and try this right now. Press Command and Space, open Spotlight, and search for something you use every day. Then open Control Center and set up one focus profile that supports your daily rhythm. These small tweaks will save you time every single day. If this part helped you make your Mac feel faster and more intuitive, take a second to subscribe and drop a comment below telling me which feature surprised you the most. And if you're ready to take this learning further, check out my Learn Your Mac in 7 Days guide. It takes everything you've learned so far from Finder to Focus and helps you master it day by day, calmly and confidently. The link is below. Now that you've mastered Spotlight and the Control Center, let's take it up a level with something that will make your everyday tasks feel faster, smoother, and honestly more satisfying. Keyboard shortcuts. These are the small time savers that, once you get used to them, completely transform how you use your Mac. They're not just tricks, they're the foundation of effortless productivity. Let's start with the shortcuts you'll use every single day. Press Command and Space to open Spotlight instantly. This is your quick portal to everything: apps, files, settings, even quick math. Next, Command and Tab is your quick switch between open apps. Hold Command and Tab to cycle through everything you're working on: Google Chrome, Finder, Notes, Word document, just like flipping through tabs in your brain. It's smooth, fast, and keeps you in flow. To close things cleanly, Command and Q quits an app completely, while Command and W just closes the current window or tab. Think of it like tidying your digital workspace, quick and controlled. Need to create something new? Command and N opens a new Finder window or document, and Command and Shift and N instantly creates a new folder in Finder. If you're organizing files, this one will save you so much time. When you're cleaning up, Command and Delete sends selected files straight to the trash, and Command and Shift and Delete empties the trash entirely. Simple, quick, and done. Tabs are everywhere in macOS, and Command and T opens a new one instantly, whether you're in Finder, Safari, or Notes. And if you're browsing, Command and L highlights the address bar in Google Chrome or Safari, so you can type a new website immediately. Screenshots are another essential. Command and Shift and 4 lets you capture a custom portion of your screen by dragging the area you want. You can also press Command and Shift and 5 for even more options, like recording your screen, perfect for tutorials or showing someone how to do something. And if you want to master every screenshot and screen recording feature on your Mac, including hidden tricks most beginners miss, make sure to watch my video, How to Take a Screenshot or Screen Record on Mac. It's a short, practical tutorial that walks you through every method step by step. I'll link it right here and in the description below so you can check it out after this one. If you're coming from Windows, this is where your muscle memory starts to adapt. Some shortcuts are similar, but a few work a little differently. On Windows, you're used to the Control key, but on a Mac, the Command key takes its place. It's the one with the little cloverleaf symbol, and you'll use it all the time. Let's start with the basics you already know from Windows and how they translate to macOS. Control-C on Windows becomes Command-C on Mac to copy. Control-V becomes Command-V to paste. Control-X becomes Command-X to cut. Control+Z becomes Command+Z to undo. Control-A becomes Command-A to select all. Alt+Tab becomes Command+Tab to switch between apps. Control-Shift, Escape becomes Command-Option. Escape to force quit an app. Alt plus F4, close app, becomes Command plus Q, and print screen becomes Command plus Shift plus 4. Once you remember that Command replaces Control, most shortcuts start to feel familiar again. So if you're coming from Windows, don't think of these as completely new. Think of them as refined. macOS keeps the best of what you already know and adds small touches that make everything smoother. Now for the hidden gems, shortcuts that most beginners never use but make a huge difference once you do. Command and Option and ESC-Force quits any app that's frozen, saving you from unnecessary restarts. Control and Command and Q locks your Mac instantly when you step away, keeping your work safe. Command and Shift and A jump straight to the Applications folder in Finder, and Command and Option and H hides all other open windows, leaving only the one you're working on. It's like hitting a focus mode without turning on any settings. Here's one more pro-level move. If you've used Command and Tab to switch between apps, add Q while holding Command to quit an app you've just switched past. It's the quickest way to clear up your dock without breaking your flow. Once you get comfortable with these, they'll start to feel second nature. Your hands will know what to do before your mind even catches up. It's a kind of digital rhythm that makes your workflow faster and calmer at the same time. If this section already helped you feel faster and more in control, tap the like button. It helps more new Mac users discover calm, beginner-friendly videos like this one. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet so you don't miss my new MacBook tutorials. And if you want to go deeper, I've created a full breakdown of the most essential Mac keyboard shortcuts, organized by category: Finder, Productivity, Essentials Daily Used, and Navigation. You'll find it inside my Learn Your Mac in 7 Days guide. It's a simple, printable reference that helps you master all the shortcuts that save time and keep you in flow. The link is below. All right, now that you've learned how to search, organize, and control your Mac like a pro, let's make it feel more natural to use. In the next section, we'll explore trackpad gestures, the subtle movements that make your Mac come alive and flow effortlessly with every swipe. Your Mac is powerful, but the real magic starts when it feels like an extension of your hands. Trackpad gestures are what make that possible. They turn everyday actions, scrolling, switching, organizing, into smooth, almost invisible movements. If you're coming from Windows, this will feel completely different, but once you master it, you'll never want to go back. Start by opening your trackpad settings. Click the Apple logo in the top left corner, go to System Settings, and select Trackpad. This is where you'll see short video previews for every gesture, so you can watch and copy them as you go. First, let's fix one of the biggest comfort upgrades you can make. Enable Tap to Click. Under Point and Click, toggle it on. Instead of pressing down hard every time you want to select something, you can simply tap lightly on the trackpad. It's faster, quieter, and once you get used to it, it'll feel completely natural. Next, let's talk about scrolling. On macOS, scrolling is natural, meaning it moves the same way your fingers move content on an iPhone or iPad. Swipe up to move the page down, swipe down to move it up. It mirrors how you would move a piece of paper on a desk. It just makes sense. But if it feels backwards to you, you can always turn off natural scrolling under the Scroll and Zoom section. There's no right or wrong, just what feels comfortable. Now let's move into multitasking magic. Try swiping up with 3 fingers on your trackpad. That opens Mission Control, which instantly shows all your open windows. It's like taking a bird's eye view of your workspace. You can see everything at once, jump between projects, and stay organized without the chaos of clicking through tabs. When you're done, swipe down with 3 fingers to go back to where you were. It's fluid and satisfying, and once you build the habit, you'll wonder how you ever use separate window windows before. Now, swipe left or right with 3 fingers. This switches between full screen apps or different virtual desktops called spaces. Spaces are like different rooms in your house. Each one holds a different part of your day. You could have one for work, one for personal projects, and another just for entertainment. To create a new space, swipe up to open Mission Control. Then drag a window to the top right corner until you see a plus sign. Drop it there, and you've created a new workspace. Want to see your desktop instantly? Pinch your thumb and 3 fingers together. All your windows slide away, revealing your wallpaper and desktop files. It's perfect for dragging a file or just taking a visual breather. Spread your fingers back apart, and everything returns exactly how it was. Now do the reverse motion, spread your thumb and 3 fingers apart, and you'll open Launchpad, the grid of all your apps. It looks just like your iPhone's home screen. From here, you can search for any app, drag them into folders, or rearrange them for easy access. Take a few minutes today to practice these movements. Don't rush them. The goal is to make them feel effortless, like your hands already know what to do before you think about it, because that's what Apple designed. Gestures that remove friction and help you flow. One last tip, adjust your tracking speed. Under the point and click tab, move the slider until your cursor feels just right. Too slow and you'll feel like you're dragging. Too fast and it's hard to control. Find the speed that matches your natural rhythm. Gestures are about more than shortcuts. They're about rhythm. Every swipe and pinch adds to a sense of motion that feels almost meditative. Once you master these, your Mac won't feel like a device you're using. It'll feel like something you're in sync with. Now that you know how to move through your Mac with ease, it's time to make it yours. In the next section, we'll personalize your setup, wallpapers, dock, widgets, and accessibility tweaks to match your mood, your workflow, and your personality. The way your screen looks, how bright it is, and even where your dock sits all affect how you think, focus, and create. And macOS Tahoe gives you more control over that than ever before. Let's start with appearance, because the look of your interface sets the mood for everything you do. Open System Settings and click on Appearance. Here, you'll see options for light mode, dark mode, and auto, along with Tahoe's new visual updates, clear mode and tinted mode. Light mode feels clean and fresh, great for mornings or bright environments. Dark mode feels cinematic and focused, perfect for working at night or editing photos. Clear mode adds that new soft transparency unique to macOS Tahoe. It makes your windows look airy, almost floating. And then there's tinted mode, my personal favorite. It gently picks up tones from your wallpaper and blends them into the interface. It's subtle, but it gives your Mac a calm, cohesive glow. Try toggling through each one and notice how your workspace feels. You'll immediately sense which one fits your energy. And here's a pro tip. Pair tinted mode with a warm gradient wallpaper. It'll make your screen feel alive. Now let's talk about your dock, the row of icons that sits at the bottom of your screen. The dock is like your desk. It should hold only what you need daily. To customize it, open System Settings, then go to Desktop and Dock. Here, you can change its size, position, and behavior. If you want a minimal, aesthetic look, move it to the side of the screen instead of the bottom. It feels fresh and leaves more vertical space for your work. Then, turn on Automatically Hide and Show the Dock. That way, it disappears when you're not using it and gently slides up when you hover near the edge. It's clean, calming, and gives your desktop a sense of openness. You can also adjust the size of your dock icons using the slider. A smaller dock looks sophisticated, while a slightly larger one makes it more playful and friendly. Choose what fits your vibe. Now, let's elevate your setup with a beautiful wallpaper. Go to System Settings, then Wallpaper. Apple added new Tahoe backgrounds that are soft, atmospheric, and layered with color gradients that match the new interface. Choose something that makes you feel good when you open your Mac. It could be something neutral and warm for focus, or something bright and colorful if you want energy. Or if you prefer something personal, click the plus icon and upload your own. Maybe it's a photo from a trip, a vision board, or a minimalist design you love. Your wallpaper is the first thing you see every day. It should make you smile, not distract you. Now, let's make your workspace more functional with widgets. Right-click anywhere on your wallpaper and choose Edit Widgets. Here, you can add things like calendar, weather, notes, reminders, and stocks. I recommend starting small. Add calendar to keep your schedule visible, weather so you know what your day looks like at a glance. You can resize or move widgets wherever you like, and macOS Tahoe even lets them blend into your wallpaper for a subtle integrated look. You can also set them to appear only during focus mode, so your desktop stays clean when you're working and informative when you need it. Now, let's make sure your setup is comfortable with accessibility settings. This isn't just for accessibility needs, it's for anyone who wants a more tailored experience. Go to System Settings, then Accessibility, and open Display. Here, you can increase text size for readability, reduce motion if you find animations distracting, or enlarge your cursor so it's easier to spot. One feature I absolutely love is the ability to tint your cursor slightly to match your theme. It's small, but it gives your screen a touch of personality. If you want to go deeper, I recommend watching my video, 8 Hidden Mac Accessibility Settings that actually make a difference. It's a calm, beginner-friendly walkthrough where I show you the most useful settings to improve focus, visibility, and comfort, things that make a real difference in everyday use. You'll find it linked right here and in the description below. It's the perfect next step if you want your Mac to feel even more comfortable and tailored to you. Once you've finished adjusting your layout, pause for a second and look at your screen. Notice how it feels clear, balanced, and calm. If this section inspired you to give your Mac a mini glow up, hit the like button. It tells me you love calm, aesthetic setup videos like this one. All right, now that your Mac looks and feels like you, let's take that experience beyond your laptop. In the next part, we're connecting your entire Apple world, your Mac, your iPhone, and your iPad, so everything syncs perfectly. Because once your devices start talking to each other, productivity stops feeling like work and starts feeling like flow. This is where your Mac truly joins the rest of your Apple world. iCloud and the Apple ecosystem are what make everything feel effortless. When it's set up right, you don't have to think about transferring files, sending yourself links, or keeping your photos up to date. It all just happens. So in this part, I'm going to show you how to connect everything together so your devices feel like one continuous workspace. Let's start with iCloud Drive, the quiet powerhouse behind all of this. Open System Settings, click your Apple ID, and then select iCloud. Toggle on iCloud Drive and also make sure that desktop and documents folders are enabled. This tells your Mac to automatically keep everything in those folders synced with iCloud. From now on, if you save something to your desktop, it'll instantly appear on your iPhone, iPad, or even another Mac you log into. No more emailing yourself files, no more USB drives. It just works. Next, click iCloud Drive Options and check Optimize Mac Storage. This is one of my favorite hidden features. When it's turned on, your Mac automatically manages your storage space. It keeps recent and important files on your device and moves older or larger files to the cloud. You'll still see everything in Finder, but the rarely used files won't take up precious space until you actually need them. It's like having a digital closet that tidies itself up for you. Now let's make sharing fast and fun with AirDrop. This is Apple's version of teleportation for files. To use it, open Finder and click on AirDrop in the sidebar. Make sure both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are turned on. Then set your AirDrop visibility to contacts only or everyone, depending on who you're sharing with. Once that's done, you can drag any file onto the AirDrop window and instantly send it to another Apple device nearby. If you're sharing from your iPhone, just tap the share icon and select your Mac. It'll appear in seconds. And here's something new in macOS Tahoe. If you start sending a large file via AirDrop and move out of range, it automatically switches to upload through iCloud, completing the transfer later. No interruptions, no waiting. Now let's talk about handoff, the feature that makes you feel like your devices share the same brain. When it's turned on, you can start an email on your iPhone, then finish it on your Mac without missing a word, or open a web page on your Mac, then pick up your iPad and continue right where you left off. To activate it, go to System Settings, General AirDrop, and Handoff, and toggle on Handoff. Once it's active, you'll notice a small icon appear on your dock whenever you're working on something from another device. For example, if you're writing a note on your iPhone, a tiny notes icon appears on your Mac dock. Just click it and the note opens instantly. Now let's add a little magic. Universal Clipboard, copy anything on your iPhone, text, an image, a link, and then paste it on your Mac. It works instantly and feels unreal the first time you try it. You can even copy text from Safari on your Mac and paste it into Messages on your iPhone. It's one of those quiet Apple features that saves you seconds dozens of times a day. And those seconds add up to hours of flow. And if you have an Apple Watch, you get one more bonus: automatic unlock. Go to System Settings, Touch ID and Password, and turn on Use Apple Watch to unlock your Mac. From now on, you won't need to type your password or even touch your keyboard. Your Mac recognizes when you're nearby and unlocks automatically. It's a small thing that feels like the future. Now let's talk productivity, because all this syncing is designed to make your day smoother. Apple's built-in apps are more powerful than most people realize. Start with Notes. It syncs instantly across devices and supports folders, checklists, and even locked notes for privacy. Use it as a digital notebook. One folder for work, one for personal life, and one for ideas. Then there's Calendar. Color-code it for different parts of your life. Pink for personal, blue for work, green for content planning. It syncs automatically with your iPhone reminders, so your schedule stays perfectly aligned. And speaking of reminders, use it for small, recurring tasks, like charging your AirPods, planning your week, or remembering deadlines. You can even set reminders that trigger when you arrive at specific locations, like text team when I get to the office. Now, let me share the first 4 essential apps I recommend every new Mac user coming from Windows should download, especially if you want your setup to feel familiar and powerful right away. First, Microsoft Word. If you've used it for years on Windows, you'll feel right at home. The Mac version is just as capable, perfectly integrated with macOS, and ideal for documents, reports, or everyday writing. Second, Microsoft Excel. It's still the gold standard for spreadsheets, budgets, and data tracking. The layout and features are nearly identical to what you're used to on Windows, and the keyboard shortcuts will feel instantly familiar, so you won't lose any productivity while adjusting to macOS. Third, Google Chrome. Download it if you've been using Chrome on your Windows PC. Once you sign in with your Google account, it instantly syncs all your bookmarks, saved passwords, browser history, and extensions from your old computer to your new Mac. It's one of the fastest ways to feel right at home online, with everything exactly where you left it. And finally, App Cleaner. This one's a must-have for all Mac users. On Windows, uninstallers remove most files, but on a Mac, deleted apps often leave behind small hidden files that clutter your system over time. App Cleaner removes them completely, keeping your Mac light, clean, and running smoothly. Together, these 4 apps give you the best of both worlds: the familiarity of your favorite Windows tools and the sleek simplicity of Apple's design. It's the perfect foundation for feeling productive and confident on your new Mac from day one. When all of this is working, it feels like your devices are playing music together. Once you've experienced this, you won't want to go back to doing things manually. If this part made your Mac feel more connected or inspired you to set up your ecosystem, hit the subscribe button and drop a comment telling me which feature blew your mind the most. And if you want to keep learning at your own pace, my Learn Your Mac in 7 Days guide walks you through all of this with a calm daily setup plan. You'll find it linked below. Now that your devices are working together beautifully, it's time for the final piece of the puzzle, automation. In the next section, we're going to unlock shortcuts where your Mac starts working for you automatically. It's calm, powerful, and it's going to completely change how you use your Mac every day. Your Mac is now safe, beautiful, and connected. But what if it could do half of your daily tasks automatically? What if it could open your favorite apps, organize your files, and even help you switch from work mode to relax mode without you touching a thing? That's what shortcuts and automation are all about. This part is where your Mac stops being just a tool and starts becoming a quiet partner that anticipates your rhythm. Open the Shortcuts app on your Mac. You can find it by pressing Command and Space, typing Shortcuts, and hitting Return. When it opens, you'll see 3 main sections: All Shortcuts, Gallery, and Automations. The Gallery is where I want you to start. Think of it like a menu of pre-built routines designed by Apple. You'll find options like clean up downloads, start focus mode, open work apps, and even log my mood. Each shortcut is ready to go. You just click Add and it becomes part of your collection. Now let's create your first automation together. Click the plus icon in the top right corner to make a new shortcut. In the search bar on the right, type Open App. Add it to your workflow. Then choose the apps you want to open when you start your workday, maybe Notes, Safari, Notion, or Music. After that, type Set Focus Mode in the search bar and drag that in next. Choose Work Mode. Finally, type Play Music and select your favorite playlist. You've just built your first shortcut, Start Work Mode. When you run it, your Mac will silence notifications, open your work tools, and start your playlist, all in one click. Now let's create something just as satisfying, End of Day Reset. Click the plus again, add Quit All Apps, then add Turn Off Focus Mode. Finally, add Play Music again, but this time choose something calm, like a chill evening playlist. You can even add Set Appearance, Dark Mode, if you want your Mac to dim into a cozy tone when your workday ends. Imagine clicking one button and watching your entire workspace close down, your screen soften, and your favorite slow music start to play. It's your digital version of closing the office door. Here's where it gets even cooler. You can sync these automations with your iPhone using iCloud. Once you've created a shortcut, it automatically appears on all your Apple devices. So if you're on the go, you can say, "Hey Siri, start work mode," and your Mac will begin setting itself up before you even sit down. That's the magic of Apple's ecosystem. It's not just connected, it's collaborative. Now open the Automations tab in the Shortcuts app. This is where you can tell your Mac when to run shortcuts automatically. Maybe you want your Start Work Mode shortcut to activate every morning at 9 a.m. or your End of Day Reset to run every evening at 6. You can even set shortcuts to run when you connect to Wi-Fi, open an app, or plug in your charger. The goal isn't to automate everything, it's to create gentle systems that remove friction from your day. Apple also added a few new touches in macOS Tahoe that make shortcuts smoother and more powerful. Automations now run quietly in the background. No pop-ups, no interruptions, and you can group shortcuts together into collections. So you can have one for work, one for home, and one for creative projects. It's all about turning your Mac into something that adapts to you. Take a moment to imagine this. You open your Mac, and before you even click a thing, your workspace lights up exactly how you like it. Apps open, music playing, focus set. When you're done for the day, you hit one button and everything gently closes, leaving your space clean and peaceful. That's not just productivity, that's digital mindfulness. Now that your Mac can literally work for you, Take a second and think about where you started. You've completely transformed the way you use your Mac. You've turned your computer into something that truly works for you. And here's the best part, you did it calmly, without the overwhelm. But don't stop here, this is just the beginning. Your next step is my Mac for Beginners playlist. It's full of simple tutorial videos that dive deeper into each area we covered today. It's linked right here and in the description below. If this video helped you finally feel confident on your Mac, take 2 quick seconds to hit the like button. It helps more new Mac users find calm tutorials like this one. And make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next soft switch videos that take you even further. And if you want to take your learning offline and go at your own pace, grab my Learn Your Mac in 7 Days guide. It's the complete detailed version of everything from this video and more, organized into 7 calm, daily lessons that take you from beginner to confident pro in 1 week. You'll find it linked below as well. This is Soft Switch, where we make Apple aesthetic, simple, and stress-free. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I'll see you in the next one.